Calgary Police Service Homicide Unit is currently investigating the city's first murder of the year. At approximately 6 a.m. on Saturday, January the 5th, emergency crews responded to Taradale Close Northeast for reports of a man in medical distress. The victim, now identified as Matthew John Brown, 30 years of age, of Calgary, was found suffering from injuries as a result of a stabbing. He was taken to hospital but died a short time later. We have determined that Brown, who lived in the home, had been hosting a small house party when an altercation broke out. The altercation escalated and resulted with Brown being stabbed. We are currently working to identify everyone who was in the home at the time and ascertain what they witnessed. No suspects have been identified at this point. We're also attempting to piece together where Brown was leading up to him returning to his home around 6 a.m. that morning. Anyone with information about this case is asked to contact the police or Crime Stoppers. Any questions?
How much success are you having speaking to people that were at the party, Grant?
We have spoken to some people who were present with him during the evening, and to this point we feel they've been cooperative. Our challenge here is that he was with a group of people that went to a few locations during the evening that ended up at his residence. And we're still trying to determine everywhere they went and everyone that was present throughout the night.
How many people were in the house when this happened?
That's one of the things we're trying to determine. When our first responders attended to the residence, there was one other person present at the time.
Did you believe there was more than a dozen at a certain point?
A dozen seems to be our number, and we think it was less than a dozen people that were present at the house, but there may have been more than that earlier in the evening at other locations.
Was the altercation that he was involved in, was it witnessed by people in the home?
The specifics of what happened in regards to this incident, I'm not going to speak.
Can you give us the range of times, like you say, before 6 a.m., but when did the evening start?
I think it started approximately 9 o'clock on the night before. Like I said, they did go to a few, we believe they went to a few bars and entertainment spots, and we do believe they went to a few residences as well, which ended up at his residence. And we're not sure we have exactly, like I said, everywhere they went and everyone that was present.
What kind of information?
Go ahead.
Sorry, Joe. What kind of information are you looking for from the public?
I think we're looking for persons that know him, that saw him that night and saw the people that he was with. We're looking for the people that he was with to come forward and help fill in some of the pieces that we don't have yet.
Is it possible that some of the people within the house were people he just met that evening?
It is possible. We do think that some of the people he was with, he knew he was friends with, but we're not sure about everyone, and we're not sure if he had met someone during the evening and somehow together as a group ended up back at his house.
Is it believed the altercation started at one of the bars or establishments, or did it start at the house when you arrived there at 6?
And we can't determine that yet. Obviously, it ended at his house, but we need to determine exactly what it was about and when it started. And it could have started at one of the other locations previous to where they ended up.
Any indication that they were followed back to his house by somebody perhaps that they ran into at the bar or one of the bars?
No, not at this time.
Any geographic commonalities between any of the bars and restaurants, or were they all over the place?
It kind of sounds like they went to a few different places throughout the city.
So there were no party crashers, everyone there he somehow knew or invited or...
That's correct, yes. And we don't believe this was random or a random attack inside his residence, nothing like that.
Any indication drugs were involved?
Not at this time. We're not ruling anything out, but again, I think right now we're focused on trying to determine who was he present with throughout the night and where exactly they had been.
Was this young man known to city police prior to this?
No, he was not.